Everybody, and welcome. In today's video, I'm going to start something a little different. It's going to be a series of videos that talks about what I have in my music library. Now, I have books here that range from music history to music theory. I have biographies, scores, musical scores, and things of that nature. So I want to share with you what I have in here and give you some suggestions if you are looking into starting a music library of your own. So let's see, I guess without further ado, we'll go ahead and start. I'm just going to talk about one book today, one book that I think everyone should have if you're interested, especially in classical music, and that would be, if I can find it, this one right here. It is called Maligned Master, The Real Story of Antonio Salieri. This book was published originally in 1989 and is by the author Volkmar Braunberns. And I'm just going to, get right to it. This is an excellent read. Of course, about Salieri, most people have heard of him primarily because of the movie Amadeus. And unfortunately, I would say people have heard of him because of the movie Amadeus. Unfortunately, because as most of us who have looked into it know, that movie, is not really what you'd call the most historically accurate. So, of course, it paints this picture of Salieri as being this type of person that most likely he was not. Is very jealous, someone who is really, kind of out to get Mozart or out to sort of thwart his career, so to speak. So, again, that's where this book comes along. And it's, you should read through this if you have any interest in, trying to get a more historically accurate portrayal of that time period and the relationship that Salieri had with not just Mozart, but everyone else that he worked with during that time. Now, this book, of course, begins, discussing the movie, actually more the play, and just the rumors surrounding, what was going on at the time, what was discussed at the time, the possibility that Salieri may have had something to do with Mozart's death and so on. So it starts out with that, and it almost immediately starts out debunking that, because there are really a lot of things out there, quotes, stories, and things like this, that will debunk that he had anything to do with Mozart's death, or actually any interest in taking part in, killing Mozart, let's say. So it starts out with that, and then, that's just the introduction. Then it jumps right into, of course, the life story of Salieri, and it discusses his music and so forth. Actually, at this point, I'll say that it really kind of goes into two types, or two parts, really. You can divide it into. One is there's, a big discussion of his interaction with people during that time, his interaction with Mozart, his interaction with, his colleagues and peers and, people like this. And the other part would be his music itself. And because of that part, because of that second part, discussing his music,